Welcome to Talk Wave, making waves, one talk at a time.
All right, so let's dive into this whole Hawk Tuah thing. 1 minute it's just a random phrase, and then the next it's like plastered all over the internet. Making Haley Welch a household name practically overnight. It really makes you think about what it takes to be famous these days. I mean, quitting her factory job, launching a podcast, is a pretty wild ride for just a viral moment. But then she takes this fame and jumps headfirst into the world of cryptocurrency, launching her own Hawk coin. And that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah, it's fascinating how this story kind of intertwines with the whole unpredictable world of meme coins. I mean, we've seen this before, right? Celebrities attaching their names to these crypto ventures. And it often doesn't end well. In Welch's case, the Hawk coin skyrocketed, reaching a market cap of almost $500 million.
Has $1 billion. That's insane. That's an insane amount of money to be generated from a viral phrase. It's mind-boggling how quickly things can escalate in the crypto world.
Oh, absolutely. But then within hours, the value plummeted. It lost over 95% of its worth. And this rapid rise and fall, immediately triggered some alarms, leading to accusations of a pump and dump scheme.
Okay, so for our listeners who might not be, super familiar with all the ins and outs of crypto, can you explain, what exactly is a pump and dump scheme and why is it so concerning?
Yeah, so essentially it involves artificially inflating the price of a cryptocurrency through hype and often misleading information. Then the people orchestrating the scheme, they sell off large amounts of the coin for, a huge profit, and they leave all these unsuspecting investors holding these worthless tokens as the value crashes. It's a classic tactic, unfortunately.
So it's like they create this frenzy and then just pull the rug out from under everyone. That sounds incredibly shady. Especially if you're, trying to build a genuine community around your brand.
Exactly. And this is where Haley Welch's case gets a little bit complicated. You have, well-known crypto investigators like CoffeeZilla publicly accusing her of running this pump and dump operation, alleging that, she and her team profited unfairly while her fans suffered these substantial financial losses.
Wow. Those are some serious allegations.
Yeah.
So what does Welch have to say in her defense? Is she acknowledging any wrongdoing?
Well, Welch vehemently denies any involvement in a pump and dump scheme. She claims that her team didn't sell any of their Hawk tokens and that no key influencers received free coins to hype up the launch. She's even stated that her motivation was to prevent imposters from using her name to scam people and to create a legitimate community for her fan base.
Okay, so we have these two contrasting narratives. Welch is claiming it was a legitimate venture that, just went wrong, while others are saying, no, this was a calculated scheme. So what evidence is there to support either side of the story?
Well, CoffeeZilla's investigation highlights these suspicious trading patterns and alleges that certain insiders received preferential treatment, allowing them to profit disproportionately. On the other hand, Welch's supporters argue that, the volatile nature of meme coins is well documented and that the crash could just be attributed to market forces rather than, malicious intent. However, there is some evidence that directly contradicts Welch's claim that her team didn't sell any tokens.
Wait, really? So her defense might not be as solid as it seems?
Yeah, so community notes on Welch's social media posts actually suggest that her team was selling their Hawk coins from the very launch, which directly contradicts her statements. And this inconsistency raises serious doubts about her version of events.
That's a pretty damning detail. So we have this young woman who skyrocketed to fame through, let's just say, an unconventional path, and then launches this cryptocurrency. That ultimately crashes, leaving many of her fans, financially devastated. It kind of feels like a cautionary tale about, online fame. The allure of quick riches and the potential for exploitation in this world of crypto.
It certainly raises some important questions about the responsibilities of individuals like Haley Welch, especially when it comes to protecting their fan base, particularly when financial investments are involved. It also makes you think about our culture's obsession with instant fame and the risks associated with trusting online personalities, especially when there are these red flags present.
Yeah, it's kind of like a fascinating paradox. And we have this technology, cryptocurrency, right, that's supposed to be all about decentralization and empowering individuals. And yet we see these recurring patterns of centralized influence, often by figures who gain notoriety for, reasons that had nothing to do with finance or technology. Yeah, you're right. It's almost like the Wild West out there. And before we get too deep into the ethical quicksand of it all, maybe we should take a step back and look at the bigger picture of meme coins. What makes them so attractive, especially to younger investors? And what are the inherent risks that they need to be aware of?
Well, meme coins are often seen as this accessible entry point into the world of cryptocurrency, right? They're typically cheaper than like the established coins like Bitcoin or Ethereum,
Mm.
and their association with popular memes or online trends creates this kind of like familiarity and excitement, which makes them particularly appealing to younger investors who might be new to the crypto market and have limited capital or experience.
So it's almost like a gamified approach to investing, but with the added twist of using real money.
Exactly, and that's where the danger lies. While the potential for high returns is enticing, meme coins are incredibly volatile, and they often lack the underlying utility or technology that supports those more established cryptocurrencies. They're also highly susceptible to manipulation, as we've seen with these pump and dump schemes. Even seasoned investors can fall prey to the allure of those quick profits and the fear of missing out, leading to those impulsive decisions that can have pretty devastating consequences.
It's a reminder that investing, especially in something as unpredictable as cryptocurrency,
Yeah.
should be approached with caution, with
Yeah.
research, and a clear understanding of the risks involved.
Absolutely. Professor Carol Alexander, who is a finance expert, has even pointed out that while meme coins are attracting this wave of young investors, many are experiencing significant losses. It highlights the importance of educating yourself about the intricacies of the crypto market and not solely relying on the endorsements or hype generated by, online personalities.
It's like this whole situation with Haley Welch and the Hawk coin. It's not an isolated incident, is it? I mean, we've seen other celebrities and influencers face backlash for their involvement in, questionable crypto ventures. It seems like there's a pattern here of individuals leveraging their fame to capitalize on this crypto craze, often without fully understanding the risks or ethical implications.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Kim Kardashian was fined over $1 million for promoting a crypto scheme without disclosing her financial interest. And YouTuber Logan Paul has been accused of misleading fans about his involvement in various crypto projects. These cases raise questions about the due diligence celebrities should exercise before endorsing products or investments, especially those as complex and volatile as cryptocurrencies.
It's like a modern-day gold rush, with everyone trying to get a piece of the action, regardless of the potential consequences. And often it's the fans, the ones who trust these personalities, who end up paying the price.
And this blind trust in celebrities isn't a new phenomenon. Think back to Haley Welch. Before Tuah, she was just a 22-year-old from Tennessee, working in a spring factory. She had taken a break from social media for mental health reasons, and then seemingly overnight, she becomes this internet sensation.
It's a wild trajectory. Rolling Stone even compared her to Dolly Parton. But it's fascinating how the media often glosses over the personal struggles of individuals who experience this sudden fame, focusing instead on the sensational aspects of their stories.
Yeah, it speaks volumes about how we create celebrities in the digital age. A single viral moment, often for something trivial or even controversial, can catapult someone into the spotlight without any real talent or achievement to back it up. And while there's an element of chance involved, there's also this kind of darker side to this phenomenon, a side that we need to examine more closely.
What do you mean by a darker side?
Well, consider the phrase that made Haley Welch famous. It was sexually suggestive, delivered casually. And yet that's what captured the internet's attention. It makes you question what we value as a society and what kind of behavior we reward with fame and attention.
You're right. It is a disturbing reflection of our cultural landscape. We seem to have become desensitized to shock value. And the more outrageous or provocative something is, the more likely it is to go viral. But is that really the kind of fame anyone should aspire to? Or the kind of behavior we should be celebrating?
That's a question each individual needs to grapple with, but it's important to note that Haley Welch herself has acknowledged the potential downsides of her sudden fame. She's spoken about feeling overwhelmed and struggling to cope with the constant scrutiny and pressure that comes with being in the public eye.
It's the classic double-edged sword, right?